Hello and welcome to another beautiful day in Wicklow. As you know, it's summertime, and summertime can mean only one thing: Flynet. You can't survive without it. Honestly, I got here, even trying to slice through the bushes, and there was a lot of bushes and trees to get here. Even trying to slice through them, just to get to here, I was bitten and bitten and bitten, and last time I was out I got bites everywhere, so whatever. Such is life, isn't it? Right, so first objective on this river, first objective on any river is always, what is it? Yes, of course it is test pan. Test pan, test pan, test pan. And when you've done that, do more test pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look. We're going to just check along here for some gravel. I have been here before, probably 4 to 5 months ago. So because there's been a lot of storms and rain, I'm just going to do a quick test on here and just trying to see where the gold is and effectively rediscover it again, as if I've never panned here before. So the easiest option for that is I have with me just a pitchfork. And what I'm doing is just very loosely slicing up the ground. Just stick into the ground there. It'll get some of the rocks out, but more importantly, it'll loosen up the ground, which will make circuit tubing it a lot easier. So we're just going to go along the wall of this little dip here. And then we're going to take the circuit tube. So what we're going to do is just take a small sample from here. So as I say, we're just circuit tubing out of the ground here. You can see here where this circuit tube is so straightforward to use. Look at the amount of material and how fast I'm dumping it. This shot isn't sped up. I'm just filming in real time. And you can see where I'm not particularly out of breath doing this. It's just straightforward enough. Right, let's see how that's going on. Actually, that's pretty much half a bucket there. Right, that's half a bucket. Let's go pan it. So what you want to do to wash your pan, just bring it down a bit more. So you want to, first of all, you want to clean out the riffles at the back. You want to do the opposite of what you do when you're panning. So you take this, clean it out backwards like this. Then also what I find is fill it with water, lift it up. So it's a trivial trick, fill it up with water and get the water to crash down on it. And do that again on the other side, lift it up and crash down on it. You want to make sure it's thoroughly clean, not a grain of anything. You don't even want black sand, because if you are working a section of ground, and you find black sand, you think, oh great, black sand, I'm into a deep point, I'll go deeper. But it could be just from somewhere else. So you don't even want black sand, you want nothing. Just got to go off and get the trowel for a second, which is in one of these bags. Right, so we're going to do this. This is going to be a speed pan. We're not going to be gentle with this. This is the Garrett Super Sluice. You can run it really fast anyway. So I love feeding the sluice box. I love setting up sluice box. Thoroughly enjoy it. But I know first off I have to get this test pan done first. Not saying it's not fun, but there is a lot to it. A lot of physical work to it. Whereas with the sluice box, I just feed the sluice box by shovel. Right, that's probably about 7 trowel loads. That's probably enough for now. So you always want to make sure the button facing the button. That's the easiest way to remember. That hole there facing the front of you, and you want the riffles facing out. So what I'll do is put it underwater. I'm going to get my feet back out of the way because I only have my wellies, so not waders. And I'm about to splash some water in there, which is not fun. We're going to stratify it, spin around. I'm going to spin around, and we want to get everything to the very bottom there. We bring it forward. 1, 2. Right, that'll do for now. Now we'll go and get the next load in. 6. Spin it down a bit. Good. So you can see there where it takes more time to put stuff from the bucket into the pan than it does to take. Here, just run the whole thing. Obviously I made sure the bucket was clean beforehand as well. Right, this is the definition of a full pan. Probably too much in it, but however, we'll give it a go. So the first thing I want to do is spin her side to side, spin it slightly backwards. Then we go stratify a little bit off the front, bring it back again. Pan was clean, circuit tube was clean, bucket was clean. So that whatever we find in here is specifically from here. Hopefully you see this properly. As I say, the GoPro is designed for long range shots, for wide angles. Anything resembling gold? No, nothing in that one. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this ground a bit more. Test. When I finally do find somewhere, I could bring you back and then we'll set up the sluice and we'll go off and find more shiny. Okay, so remember a few minutes ago I was doing a bit of test panning, didn't find any gold. When I was setting up the sluice box, because this is where I am here positioned, I'll show you in just a second, is the only place I can set up the sluice box at all. But when I was setting up the sluice box, I was stacking up some rocks on either side of it and a bit of the gravel went down unclassified, perfectly fine. So I've realised now that I have enough flow to run this sluice unclassified, so that's going to be our test pan. Totally different from normality, and not the way you should do things, but what I'm going to do basically is rotivate the ground here, and I'm going to shovel about 50 or 60, as many as I can. We'll aim for about 60 shovel loads straight to the sluice box. Once it goes past the flare, once it hits the mat, flies on through. There's enough flow for it. I might have to pick out the bigger rocks, but other than that, we can just lash into it. So I'll show you exactly how this is actually working, just so you can see it properly. So this is the dream mat. This flare is off my other sluice box. It's the NWV4 sluice box. If you haven't seen that one before, I'd highly recommend it. I'll put a link up in this corner up here. Come on, link. Okay, there's a link, right. So, we just up in the corner here. So this is the way it's set up. I have a lovely V in the middle. If you look at the way it goes on down. Now the only thing you do have to do differently is I have to clear off the tailings at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just clear off that tailings, get some of this ground rotivated with the pitchfork, and we're just going to blast through 50, probably 60 shovel loads. So let's crack on with it. Let's go find the shiny. Okay, so that's it now. We've run a total of 24 shovels through the sluice box. I didn't find gold in the first test pan. I've shoveled the little side off to the side, rotivated the ground, got into some marbling, got some nice clay. So I said, look, I'll just run 24 shovels and see what happens. I was aiming for 60, but light's starting to fade. Energy's definitely starting to fade. There's only so many shovels you can do in one day. So having said, I've done 24 shovel loads. And you can see here where there's not a whole lot of material left to be panned. So what I'll do is I'll just point you down the ground and get the panning done, and hopefully there's a lot of shiny. As with anything else, I do not salt them. I could put gold from other days into the pan and go, wow, look, isn't it grey? But it's not authentic, you know. Yes, I know it's nice when you clean it. Wow, look, there's loads of gold in there. It makes for great TV. It's good for maybe TV companies, but I don't do it, and I won't do it, and I will never do it. So if there's no gold in here, there's no gold in here. You know, we might find gold a different day. So however, let's get on with this. Right, so take out that material, bit more water in the bucket. That's getting heavy. I just swap them over because my right arm is a little bit stronger. I injured my left arm. I don't know how, it's like tennis elbow. I think I must have just lifted a sluice box wrong or something, or pulled a rock or something, whatever it was. But anyway, amazing how nowadays things like this are so cheap. It was $150, I think it was, for the arm support, and it does the job. Right, so first thing, as you always know with panning, bring everything to the front. It's not a lot. Now that literally is all the cons from the dream mat. So what I'll do is I'll stratify that, bring everything to the front, and then we'll just very gently and very slowly as well. We don't want to overdo it, because this is the cons. This is everything from the 24 shovels that we ran through. So I'll have a go in there and see how we get on here. And that's good. So you can see there, as I'm panning it, it's actually taking a lot more work for me to work it down. And that's because there's a lot of heavies in here. There could be a lot of hematite and iron. I did see a little bit of black sand in some of the test pans earlier. And again, this isn't salted. I literally just cleaned out the sluice box and dumped it straight into the bucket. Sluice box was clean, the bucket was clean, everything was clean. So hopefully there's something in here. And again, if there's nothing here, there's nothing here. But oh, okay, we're getting into some nice dark material like this. Very similar to the to one of the previous videos I've done in a famous river. I'll put a link to the description to that below. That's pretty much as late as we go. What I'll do is, I don't have the little camera with me today, so what I'll do is for the close-up shots, I'll use the recording camera, the recording device, which is the 4S, just after this, just so you can see it. I'm hoping there's something here. I did find gold here before, but again, that was a while ago. Let's have a quick look. We've got lead shots, so we know we're in the right part of town. I'll just run this down again a bit more, just to be sure. I'll fan it out. Use the wave action to clear back the black sand. Oh, hold on. Oh, we do! We have gold. Okay. A small dot of gold. There's a lot of... You can see the lead shot. You probably can't make out the gold that's up here. I'll show you on the close-up camera in a second. But you can see lead shot, which is either going to be for shotguns or from fishing, but there's no fish up here. We're miles up the hill, so probably from shotguns. This is the close-up shot. You can see where the dream mat is there. All the rest of the stuff is upstream. So hopefully you can see this. There she is there, look. And that's it. So that's it. That's all that we got. So is that small little piece worth it for 24 shovels? No. Okay, so we didn't find gold today, but however, look, we had a good day. Ran 24 shovel loads through a sluice box. Got to run the sluice box fully unclassified. So when we get on the good gold, not if, but when we get on the good gold, we know we now have a setup for running as much gravel as humanly possible. Thank you very much for watching today. Don't forget the subscribe button, and sure, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.